Okay, good evening, everybody. So, let's just get everything set up over here real quick. Alright, so what are we doing tonight? Basically, about a year ago, I think, I made a video because the channel was nearing 20,000 subscribers at the time, and we were really close to get to 20,000. So I made a video and I said that if the channel ever gets to 20,000 subscribers, which would be a huge milestone for the channel, I think it took me, I don't know, 5 years or so to reach the first 10,000. So just the fact that in less than a year the channel could go from 10,000 to 20,000 was a big deal. So then I said that if the channel reached 20,000 subscribers, that I would do a live stream where I would brush people's names in Japanese calligraphy. People that show up on the chat, if you put your name on it, that I would brush it in Japanese calligraphy. And then you can take a screenshot of the live stream, and then you would know how to have your name. How's your name in Japanese? Now, why the names in Japanese? Like, what is that a big deal? Well, if you look at my channel, the most viewed video that I have is how to write your name in Japanese. And the video I try my best on that video to explain how you can write your name in Japanese. But the reality is that it's not that easy unless you know some basics of the Japanese language. For example, you need to know how the vowels and consonants are pronounced. You need to know the syllabaries and the pronunciation. So it's not that easy. It's not like looking at a chart and be like, oh, here's my name, and then you can boom make it, be able to transliterate it. Most people were able to do it on their own, and I think most people are able to figure it out, but it's not many people don't. And in that video, the comments, it's everybody asking, how do I write my name? I cannot figure it out. What about this? What about that? What about this letter? How do you say this? I can't figure it out. So obviously it's impossible for me to write everybody's name in the comments. Either it's going to be impossible for me to write everybody's name here tonight, unless nobody shows up for the live stream. But I figured that it would be a nice thing to do to people that like to watch my videos, to just show up here one night, and if you put your names in the comments, I'll brush it to the best of my ability. And that way, it's like a little token. You have something nice that you can how to do now. Also, when I do arts and craft fairs, or I have a booth at like some sort of festival or something like that, that is the number one request that I get from people that come to my booth. It's like, oh, can you write my name? So I figured that it's just something that a lot of people want, or wish that they would know how to have their names written in Japanese. And I don't mind. So I don't mind spending here a few hours. I said I was gonna do it. I made that video. I uploaded it. The channel had 20,000 subscribers a few months ago, and but at the time I didn't know how to do live streams. So I've done 2 live streams as a sort of testing. This is the one where I decided to just do it, but I'm probably gonna do all the live streams because now I have the setup, and you can see this, and I got the camera and whatnot. So probably do a couple more live streams because it's fun. It's a fun thing to do. Now, a couple things that I wanted to say about writing your name in Japanese for those of you who are interested. Is that so? There are 2 ways that you could write your name in Japanese. One is in Katakana, which is a syllabary that the Japanese language uses for to write foreign words, words that were borrowed from other languages. And there is Kanji, which is the Chinese characters that the Japanese language has introduced and incorporated into their language, and they use it to write many words. Traditionally, though, you, as a foreigner, you want your name to be written in Katakana. One, because it's legible, people can read it, people can interpret it. Most names, the most common Western names, already have a way that they are written. So it's not like you can just write your own version. So for example, if your name is John or Robert or something like that, your name has a specific way on how it's written in Katakana. Now, as the names are a little bit more rare or have funny pronunciations, that it's up for interpretation depending on who is writing it. You know, that name could be written many different ways. But the idea is that when you're pronouncing your name in Japanese, sounds similar to how you pronounce it in your own language. So it's not about transliterating your name the way it's written, because again, the vowels and the consonants sound different in many different languages. So it's how it's pronounced. So if you put your names in the chat so that I can read it and hopefully brush it, it would help if you kind of write how it's pronounced if your name is hard to pronounce, because I would be going by the pronunciation of your name, not by how it's written. For example, very easy example is like C, the letter C, like Carlos, right? Very popular name. Now the letter C in Carlos sounds like a letter K in Japanese. So your name will be written with K in Japanese using the katakana ka. So while you would not write your Carlos in Spanish or English with K, that's how it needs to be written in Japanese. So it's not about the letters. So I think that that's the main confusion of people that watch that video, is that they're looking for the letters. You know, well, what about this letter? I don't see the V, I don't see the L, I don't see this, I don't see that. It's not so much about matching the letters of your name, it's about matching the pronunciation. And it's not going to be exact either, because the Japanese language has its specific pronunciation, has a specific sound. So your name is going to sound Japanese. So it's not going to sound exactly like your name. Some names will if the pronunciation match the Japanese counterpart. So your name will have a very similar pronunciation in Japanese. But if your name is not, then it might sound similar. It might sound kind of the same, but not quite. But that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is to have your name close, you know, as close as possible. So as an example, I'm going to start with my own name, okay? So for example, this is kind of like what I would do normally, is that, so my name is Esteban, okay? This is Esteban. So in Japanese, we would have to break down this into different syllables and then find the katakana that matches those syllables. So for example, E would be like this. Okay? And then there's no S by itself. There's no, in fact, there's no consonant that doesn't have a vowel sound next to it, except the N sound. So every consonant is always going to have a vowel, except the N. The N can have an N sound by itself or with a vowel. So in this case, there's no S. So the S have to be followed by a vowel. So you have sa, shi, su, se, so. So we're going to choose su because it's the closest one to S, will be S-su. So the katakana for that will be su. Okay. Then we have te, T-E. Okay. Te. And then we have ba, which is a vowel, a consonant and a vowel, and then the N sound. So this is 2. So I'm running out of space here. So I have ba. Okay, ba. and then N, because it's bang, so that N sound. And then this is the katakana for the N sound. Okay, so it's e, zu, te, bang. My name, because it's a Spanish name, it's similar to the Japanese. The Japanese and the Spanish consonant and vowel sounds are similar. More similar than the English. English, the vowels doesn't sound any sounds. The vowels in English sound completely different than they sound in Japanese and in Spanish. But Spanish vowels and Japanese vowels are the same. So it's easier to it's easier to write Spanish names in Japanese than it is to write English names. So let's see who's around. Melanio Caps, konnichiwa, hello. Luis Felipe, hello, good evening. Trying to think about name that would be so the L. So I see that there's Melanio. The L, it's always a question. People always ask about the L. Where's the L? I don't see the L in the chart. Well, there is no L sound. There's no L sound naturally in the Japanese language. They don't have that L, la in their tongue. Instead, they have the R, but the R is not as strong as it is in English, and certainly as strong as it is in Spanish. In Spanish, there's that big R. They don't do that. So the R, it's a soft R, so it kind of sounds like an L in some cases, especially when that R is in the middle of the word. If the R is at the beginning, it's a more pronounced R, like rei or dai, but it's a soft R, so they don't have the L. So, having said that, when you have an L in your name, it's usually written as an R. So, if we're gonna write Melanio, for example, will be Meranio. So, if you write me, then you got la, ni, o. Okay, so it's me, da, ni, o. One second. So, me, da, ni, o. Okay, so me, da, ni, o. So that's how you deal with the L. When you have an L in your name. Sketchy. Is that how you pronounce it though? Sketchy? That's the thing, you know, I'm gonna have to go with some of the pronunciation. Sketchy. So let's put like that. Finally made it to the beginning of a live stream, Caitlin. Oh, awesome. Nice to have you here, Caitlin. Alright, sketchy, yes. So we have okay. G. Okay. So, a couple ways that we can do that. But the S again, so that would be su. Okay, su. Then ke, be ka, ki, ku, ke. Okay, suke. So that right here is suke. So ske. Now this part here, T, G, and Y, is one of those, one of those things that comes up because a lot of Western names have a lot of consonants together, and when you're missing the vowel, is when it becomes tricky because the Japanese the syllables in the syllabary, the katakana syllabary, always is a consonant followed by a vowel. So here, the T would have to find a vowel, and then the G has the E as a vowel. So these G, it's fine. It will be G I in English. So it's be ga or J. I'm sorry. In Japanese, it will be J because that G sound in Japanese is J. So ja, G. So that one we have, but this one is the T. Okay. So there's a couple ways that these could happen, and I feel like the easiest one to make it sound closer to the way that it's here, sketchy, would be to put T-O. So it would be suketo G. Suketo G. So then it's to. Okay, suketo G. Suketo G. What would be another way? I mean, another way to do this, which, I mean, I guess it will be up to you to choose which one you think sounds closest one, will be to be su. Okay, suke. This is the same. And then, this little character right here extends the consonant, the next consonant. So the first one says su ke to G, and this one says su ke G. So this one will be sukeji, like sukeji, and the other one is suketoji. So that's up to you, depending on how strong that T is. So if your name is skeji, like the T doesn't you cannot really hear it, then I would do this way, sukeji. But if it's sketchy, if you really have that T sound, then I would do the first one. So, all right. So Luis becomes Ruizu. Yes, that is a very traditional. That's a very common name. Luis is a very common Spanish name. So that is, yeah, that's a given standardized name. So it's a standardized name. So it's Ruizu. Okay. So we have Ru I Su. Okay, Ruisu. Yeah, Luis is a very common name, almost like standard. Let me put this, find somewhere to put these papers. How do you write Kyle? It seems like a combination of A and I. Kairu. Kyle's. Kairu. Get a piece of paper. Put some ink in here. So, ka. Kai. Ru. Kairu. Yeah, so Kyle, because it sounds when you sounds Kyle, like that aisle ending at the L sound is do. So you have Kyle, Kai do is that L sound. So so this one is not it's one of those that sounds more Japanese than your counterpart. So it's, you know, it's one of those things that it's part of trying to make it sound in the Japanese language. But because Kyle is a common name, when you say Kaido, they know it's Kyle because it's a standard name. They always write it the same way. So it's Kaido. Are you only taking katakana requests? Yeah, right now, at the beginning I said that I was gonna write it in katakana for today because it is the most common way that Western names are written in Japanese. It's katakana, and like I was saying in the beginning, you can write it in kanji, but most likely most people in Japanese wouldn't know how to pronounce your name because there's so many ways that kanjis are pronounced, and it's kind of hard to figure it out. Now you can have your name written in kanji. That's no problem, but a lot of the times you would have to say how to pronounce it before they can figure out on their own. And once you do, then they will probably be like, oh, I get it. But you will want your name written in kanji if you're a Westerner only for like special things. Like, see, I use it to sign my calligraphy because it's artistic. You know, I'm doing art. I use it in my Aikido uniform. But other than that, I wouldn't use it for any other like real business. For example, when I was in Japan, when I was writing my name on things, like, I don't know, like the sometimes when you go to places, you sign a guest book. Also, when you fill out the information for costumes or things like that, I would always write my name in katakana. I wouldn't write it in kanji. I save my name in kanji for artistic things, but for like regular business, you write your name in katakana. Coal. Coal. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Coal. Koru. Would be koru. That's another one about the C, right? The C sounds like a K. So okay, so ko. And then this one's gonna have an extension. This line means it's an extension of the vowel that came before. So ko, and then ru, koru. Okay, koru. Yeah, somebody wrote it there. Koru. Alright, I'm getting a little behind here, so hold on a sec. What about coal? I can write my name. It's, let's see, Noah Hernandez. Yep. Hernandez. Yeah, that's good. Kataoka is written. So Luis, I also doing kanji, not on this one. My last name Kataoka is written as yeah, I mean Kataoka, that sounds like a Japanese last name already. So if you have a Japanese last name, obviously you would have already a kanji already chosen for that, but it's other than that, you would write it similar. I mean, if you want to write your name in kanji, you just have to write it in katakana first, and then find those sounds in the kanji dictionary, find a kanji that is pronounced that way, and then make sure the meaning is something coherent or something nice. Don't pick a meaning that is going to be offensive, and then put it together and see if it works. But again, most people are not going to be able to read it just by saying, because you are choosing. Let's say if a kanji has 10 readings or 10 pronunciations, and you're choosing one of them, how somebody's going to know that you chose that one for a specific reason? So that's why you have to say, oh, it's written this way, and they're going to be like, oh, okay. But other than that, there's no way to figure that out. Alright, where are we? Yes, Japanese, Nikkei. Okay. Alright. I'm working on my katakana. Yeah, Noah, yes, if you're learning Japanese calligraphy, I highly recommend that you brush katakana, because katakana is very similar to kanji in block script or kaisho. So it's a good exercise to write katakana if you're learning how to write kaisho, because it's, well, simpler, right? It's just very blocky, very lineal, and then katakana is just sometimes just a section of a kanji. So you know, you can practice just sections, so it really helps. Let's see, what about Maiku? Maiku, that's Mike? Yeah, Maiku is Mike. Hello, my name is Suze. Can you write my name? Suze. Okay. Suze. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it correctly. Suze. Zeus, right? That's another one that, you know, it's not, the way it's written doesn't really match the pronunciation very well, right? Because it's Suze. So that had to be with a Z. C. So okay, let's see how we do that one. Suze. So Z it's a C. Okay, let's do right? So we have set. Set. And then this is a Z, so that will be Z. U. And then the S, Su. Okay, so Z, U, Su, Z, U, Su. Whew. It's hot in here today. So if you hear a humming sound in the background, that's my fan because it's really hot. Mike, okay. Mike, cool. I'll rush Mike. You wrote it correctly. So. Mike. Let's see. Oh, got this a little crooked. That's one thing about this live stream is like I have to keep looking everywhere. So ma. Ma. I. Ma. I. Ku. Maiku. This is another example, right? There's no MA at all in Mike, but because the I in English sounds like ma, my, so you have to put that MA in Japanese. Ma, Maiku. What about Gretchen? Oh yeah, that's a funny one. Gretchen. Coop's probably something cool. Kudet-chan. So let's see. Gretchen. Are you right, Gretchen? G R E T C H E N. Gretchen. Yep, Gretchen. Let's see. Cool. So will be goo. Okay, so this is goo. Okay, goo. Then re, gure. Okay, gure. So we're gonna do what we did on another name earlier on, where we're gonna use the little tsu symbol to stretch the consonant that comes after. So will be gure, and then chen, which is chi, with the e, and then the end sound. I ran out of space here, so I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it this way because this is a long name. Let's see. Let's find out the right spot. There you go. Maybe I should do that from now on to do them horizontal. Okay, so gu, re, su, chen. Okay, guretchen, guretchen, guretchen. So that this one is that extending guretchen. Let's see. How do you write the sound th? Oh, that it depends, right? It depends. It depends on how it is used in the name. So, for example, I don't know. Do you have an example? I can come up with an example with th. A name with th. Name with th. I don't know. I mean, it most likely will be the sound of T, will be the sound of D. Yeah, it'll depend. It all depends on how it sounds. Again, it doesn't matter the TH. I know TH in English is the, so it's probably T, D, something like that. But it all depends on what the name is. Let's see. Sakib. Sakib. That's Sakibu. Sakibu. That's actually pretty simple. Sakibu. Yep. Sakibu. So sa. Ki. And boo. Oop, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Do it again. That one says Sakibi. Sakibi. The Sakibu. Saki. Bu. Saki bu. I guess you could do saki bi or saki ba. I don't know. It depends on how you feel more comfortable, but most likely will be saki bu. Therese? Therese? Is that really? Teresa? Is that really with TH? Teresa? I thought Therese would be with T. Why is that not used anymore? They look so pretty. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I really don't know. I'm speculating now why those are not used anymore. I'm thinking that it has to do with the fact that they're not found in many words. So if they're not found in many words, then then they're just not then you're just not gonna use them. Simplify. The TH usually gets a Z sound. The, for example, is simply Z. Right. Yeah, I mean it depends. Again, depends on how your name is written, but Japanese don't use them, as they are no Japanese word that have chosen the pronunciation for those now. Is why. Yep. Can you show the difference between shi, tsu, so, en, ku, ke? They look pretty similar if you don't know the stroke order. Yeah. Let me see. So the way I learn them is that she starts like down, up, and then Sue is down. So for example, she is dot, and then up, right? And then Sue is dot, and then down. So if you brush them, the difference is very clear. But when you see it typed, yeah, it can get confusing. What was the other one? So and N. It's the same. Same principle. So look real quick, cause come on, where is it? So the N and so is the same principle as the she and su. So the N is dot N, and then so is dot so. Now these I would have to look them up because I don't know top of my head, but katakana is a section of a kanji. So if you know the specific kanji where they took that katakana off, then it becomes clear what the order and what the difference is. Those are usually available in dictionaries, but I know some of them. I don't know all of them top of my head. So I would have to look it up exactly what the kanji where those two came from. But once you learn how to write them, then you kind of figured out what the difference is. And then ku and ke, it's the same, right? So, well, ku, this line comes down, right? While ke, this line extends, right? So this is down, while this is here and then down. So that's the big difference of those. Can you recycle hanshi paper? I'm assuming you can. I throw in my recycling bin. So, but Sumi ink is water soluble, so I don't think that would be a big issue. All right, let's see what else. Where are we here? Moises. That's what it is. Moses. It's not Moses because you had an I in it, so it's not Moses. It's Moises. Am I doing that correctly? I don't know if he's still around. I'm scrolling back to see if I miss anybody, but I see Moses. Oh, no, I don't want to write it wrong. If it's Moises, then I'm just gonna write Moisesu. Okay, so mo. 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 I. Se. And su. Again, I'm running out of space. Moisesu. Da, da, da. Moisesu. Guess that was a pretty tricky one. I might get ku tattooed. Where am I? I might get ku tattooed on my arm one day. That'd be nice. I do get a lot of people asking for calligraphy that they're going to use for tattoos, which is the first time. The first time that I did a calligraphy for somebody that wanted to use it for a tattoo, it felt a little weird. Not gonna lie, because I don't know. I thought it was like somebody is gonna tattoo on their skin permanently my handwriting. So I felt very conscious about it, but that was a while ago. So I got over it, and there are many people out in the world with my calligraphy tattoo on their skin. So, of course, I wouldn't do anything that I don't consider be my best work, because I know it's for a tattoo. But people evolve, so my skills evolve, my calligraphy evolves, and that tattoo is not right. It's It's if I brush a calligraphy for a tattoo 5 years ago, well, my calligraphy is leaps and bounds different than what it was 5 years ago. Even last year, right? Like it just evolves day by day. So when you put a tattoo on, I mean, that's gonna be that's not gonna get better. That's gonna be it. And sometimes I may look at it, I'm like, yeah, that's me 5 years ago. But they like it. That's the most important thing. If they like it, they enjoy it, they're happy with it. It's their body. They can tattoo whatever they want. I'm happy to provide that for them. Let's see. If you if you had to tattoo hiragana, which one would get that? If you had to get a hiragana, you're right again. If you had to get a hiragana tattoo on, which one would you get? Mu. Mu, definitely Mu. Because it's I like it, and the way that I learned Mu might be a little bit different. So, and also I like the Kanji Mu, so I like the hiragana, because the hiragana Mu is in fact the Kanji Mu in cursive. So that's why I tend to like that hiragana. I wouldn't do it though. I'm done with tattoos. But if I would, answer your question would be Mu. So that's not my best move, but you get the idea. Something like that. Kanji Mu as yeah, that move. So that's the move for this. I mean, there are many different ways to brush it. So for example, okay, that's the traditional one. Then this will be a little bit more on the cursive side of things. Okay, then you have that one, you have this one, then you have the traditional Sen version, which is this one. Okay, so there are many different ways to write Mu. This one too. Okay, but this specific hiragana comes from writing this kanji in cursive, hence why that's Mu, same as the kanji Mu. But if I were, that would be that. I guess that's my favorite hiragana then. What kanji did ku come from? Not sure. Would have to look it up. Not sure. I'm about to look it up. I'm having let me see if I some. 1 second. No, might as well do this, right? Because I'm not sure, so let's find out. Let me see if I can find it. If I cannot find it in here, then I really don't know. Okay. So, I don't know. I'm going to see if I can put it here, right? So, that's ku. It's not focusing, right? So that's the original kanji, okay? And then that's this kanji in cursive, and then that's how it came to this. So that's the progression, right? So that's the hiragana, ku. That's the kanji, which is pronounced ku. This is the cursive version, and then that is the hiragana evolution. So there you go. You learned something, I learned something. That looks like a katakana. Yeah, was it? Did I show the katakana? I mean, they're kind of the same. Let's see. Did I show the katakana? Da, da, da. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. Wait a second. I'm lost. No, I didn't. No, that was the hiragana. Let's see. No, that's the hiragana. See? Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. That's the hiragana. So that's the ku. And ku in katakana is the same. No, it's not. No, it's not. Ku is different. What book is this? This is the Kaki Kata Jiten. It's a writing dictionary. Kaki Kata Jiten. It's a writing dictionary. It's the book that my teacher gave me when we were learning how to write kanji. So that's the copybook that we use. Ku just puts out the most in the sentence. That's why I love it the most. Yep. Did you get a new hanko? Not recent. Not recently. Why do you say so? I don't. Well, the last one I got was a while ago. So I wonder why you think that I got a new hanko. Learning kanji looks like a nightmare. Yeah, it kind of is. It's like, it's like everything. If you don't learn it, early in, like as a child, growing up in school, learning blocks at a time, it's really difficult because there's so many. You need to know all the readings and combinations and pronunciations and all that kind of stuff. So it's really difficult, and it's not just difficult for Westerners. It's difficult for Japanese people too. And now, believe it or not, it's getting even harder for people to remember how to write kanji because they're using their phones. So when you're using your phone, if you ever put up your if you ever put up the keyboard in your phone to type in Japanese, when you start to type in hiragana and then the kanji just pops up and then you see which one is it and then you select it and you keep writing. So you don't have to know the stroke order and really know how to write it anymore because the phone types it off for you. So it's getting harder and harder to learn how to write it. So it's a challenge for everybody. Do you know all the Joyo kanji? God, no. No, that's when it's like 2100, 2200. It's like 2100 and some kanjis. No way. It's I mean, no, and I don't have any interest in learning them all because I don't have to. I don't need to write a book in Japanese. I don't need to write a newspaper article. I don't need to write anything on a website. So the kanjis that I do learn are just that I'm interested from a calligraphic point of view. So if I'm interested in writing in calligraphy, if I'm interested in brushing a calligraphy for art, for whatever the case may be, a commission, a tattoo, whatever. then I'm interested in learning it. And as you see, over the years, since I've been doing this for a while, some kanjis I already memorized because I've brushed them a lot. They show up a lot in many different things that I brush. So then you start to memorize. But to say, no, I want to know how to brush them all, there's no point. Plus, it's like, if you don't know it, you look it up in the dictionary, look it up in that writing dictionary, and you learn it. So that's that's my point on that. I always 99% of the time when I'm brushing, I usually have that book nearby because it's a good reference if I'm not sure how to write something. Okay. I saw one of your calligraphy and I saw that the seal wasn't your name or your studio's name. I don't know. If it was the one on the top right hand corner, that's not either one of my names. That's what it's called, a mood seal. So it's like a wishful, it's a prosperous seal. And I usually put it on the top right hand corner. But if it's under my signature, it's usually the studio's official hanko. Oh, Skeji, you're gonna go for Sukeji. Yeah, that sounds, again, so if that T is not pronounced very much, then I will go for Sukeji. Let's see. No, I thought kanji came from China. It did. That's what kanji means China character, Chinese characters. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? It's 4 a.m. and I'm watching YouTube streams. I don't know. Go to bed. I bet you memorized A. Yeah, that's the that is the kanji that you do learn when you're learning the basic strokes. And that's the kanji that you brush over and over and over and over and over again, because it has all the basic strokes in one kanji. So let me change this way. Not my best one, but yeah, that's the one you do over and over and over and over again. So that's the kanji for A, means forever. Where are we? Where'd you get that brush? This one, I got it in Japan. This is one of the brushes that when I went to visit Toyohashi Fude, which is a master brush maker in the town of Toyohashi in the Aichi prefecture. He made it for me, so it's a very special brush and I use it all the time. Okay. Can you draw Alessia for my sister? Right, so how do you pronounce that? Alessia? Alessia. I mean, that's the thing. Can you type it up how it's pronounced? Because it's Alessia, Elisa, Alessia. I don't know. So I don't know if you can write like the phonetics, how it's pronounced phonetically. Alessia, Alessia. Oh, Alessia. Okay, Alessia. Is that right? Alessia. Alessia. Now, is that E? Alessia or Alessia? So, Alessia or Alessia? Number one, number two. Number one, Alessia. Number two, Alessia. Let me know, because then that would change things up a little bit. If you're for the challenge, try to complete the war. Maybe another time. Number one, Alessia. Okay. Alessia. So, let me make sure that edit. Edit. Sheet. Edit. Sheet. All right. There might be. Let me check. Might be another version. No. No. Yep. I'll probably be all right. Okay. Whew. All right, we've been at 1 hour and 15 minutes, so I think it's getting late. I'll definitely do this again, for sure. It was a lot of fun, and I know somebody mentioned in the comment that the stream is fairly new, so that's why most people don't know that I'm doing this, and they're kind of getting late. Or I see, because the live stream goes as a video on my channel later on, and then then it gets hundreds of views afterwards. So I know that people are watching it; they're just not watching it when I live streaming. So I don't know if that's because they don't know that I'm doing it. I try to post it on my Instagram. I post it on Facebook. I don't really use Twitter that much, but so maybe they just don't know that I'm doing it. But I want to do it once a week at least. I'm not going to be doing it much in August because I'm going to be traveling in August, so I'm not going to be able to do as much. But once September comes around, I'm probably going to be doing it once a week. And I'll definitely do names. We'll do all the things. I want to do I want to do a series. This is something that you can later let me know in the comments or something. I want to do a series of like copying calligraphy from like Asian masters or like a famous calligraphy. I've been studying the calligraphy of Yamaoka Teshu a lot, so I've been copying his calligraphy. So it would be nice to kind of like pick a calligraphy of Teshu, and I can put it somewhere on the screen, right? So you can see the Teshu one, and then I'll be brushing it, and then at the same time, you guys can watch it, or if you're brushing, you can try to brush it too. I don't know. We're trying to do this a little so it's educational, right? All right, so that's it for tonight. thanks everybody for coming. I really had a lot of fun. Hopefully next time I can catch up more people and then do a bunch of other names. This to me, I like doing names because to me it's a good training for the katakana, right? Because sometimes I get them confused. I screwed up one earlier. Like I get them confused sometimes and I forget them a little bit. So if I'm constantly writing names, then I refresh them more. Because katakana, it's not something I brush a lot. So. Alright, so have a good night everybody. I will see you soon. Thanks for tuning in and I'll catch you up later.